Gorby, just one time. Have a BLT. You'll be forgiven. How do you know if you've never experimented? Okay, one time.
You broke him. You broke him.
Every day after that, at lunchtime, Gorby's eating a BLT.
You destroyed his belief in God with a BLT.
I was examining a patient last week, early last week. White female, about 92, a few days from her 93rd birthday.
Wow, all right.
And I was like, okay, miss, I won't say her real name. What's bothering you? She says, I'm not sure. I need you to check my balance. So I pushed her over.
Welcome to Two Gaming Dudes.
Click subscribe. Charles, I'm going to teach you today about the Book of Job.
I was really curious. So the last time we went through the list of cartoons, and I saw
AI-generated bullshit.
Right, I saw something about the story of Job, and you said no, Job. And
the Book of Job is considered. It's part of the wisdom literature. So the three books of the Bible, Book of Job, Proverbs, and Ecclesiastes, are considered wisdom.
Okay,
they're the books of wisdom.
All right,
but they're all part of the Bible. Okay.
In
the Book of Job, this is Job here. He is a righteous man.
All right. Seems like a nice enough dude.
He's a guy living in the land of Uz, not the land of Oz, which is, I don't know, some territory down in that piece of shit part of the fucking world. I don't know where.
All right.
But he's a good guy. He's righteous. He's devout to the Lord. He's very wealthy. He's got a huge farm with crops growing all over the place, thousands of head of cattle.
Oh, all right.
Livestock.
All right, so he's doing all right for himself.
10 healthy, beautiful children, a bunch of wives and concubines. He's really well, but he's very righteous.
All right, so
maybe the most righteous man on earth.
Okay.
And one day,
so he's like those boxers and MMAs that come in with the cross on them, and they're like, "I thank Jesus for this guy I'm about to pummel to death."
Maybe, I don't know, but he's a good dude.
All right.
And one day, God is up in heaven, and he's got all his people around him who are reporting back from the front. Everybody, come back and see how things are going, and come back and tell me how things are going. I guess because the all-knowing God
has like angel spies.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's showing off Job. He's like, you know what? Check it out. Look at this guy, Job. This dude, he is just the best. He is everything I could hope for out of humans. I am so proud. I love this guy, Job, so much. And one of the angels, who is Satan.
Right.
Satan is up there with him.
Sure.
Which brings it, we could do a whole episode. We do a whole episode on just who is Satan. Is it the devil? Is it the Antichrist? Are they all this? Because the Bible never makes it clear. It's later traditions we start assigning all this bullshit to the devil. All right.
So for now, we'll just assume he's visiting.
Satan the deceiver puts his hand up and says, well, yeah, he's got the most blessed life on earth. He's wealthy. He's got a healthy, beautiful family.
Sure.
Of course
no wonder he's doing great. No wonder he's like, yeah.
Yeah. If you took away all these comforts and blessings, he would curse you. And God's like, really? You think he's just playing the system? And Satan's like, I don't know. I mean, it looks like he might be punking you.
Huh.
I guess because God doesn't know. I guess Job is smart enough to trick God.
Okay.
Either that or he's just stupid. He says, okay, you know what? We need to get to the bottom of this. Go down there and fuck his shit up. Go fuck his shit up and see if he curses me.
All right.
What do you want me to do? Don't kill him, but fuck his shit up. Okay, so they make this bet.
All right.
And God kills his crops and kills all his livestock. And Job's like, oh, that's going to be expensive. I guess we're not going to Hawaii this year. And but he doesn't curse the Lord.
All right.
He just says,
like, well, this
I understand.
Sucks, but,
God has a plan.
Shit happens. All right.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, is what he says. So whatever. Because he kills his 10 children as well. He kills his crops, his livestock, and kills his 10 children, burns his farm to the ground, and then infects him with boils. So he gets these boils, these painful boils sprouting up all over him, after a couple months, and it's just falling apart, and he's just sitting on the ashes of his house.
And the ashes of his children, we're assuming, right?
Yeah. And his wife comes to him and says, you should just curse the Lord and die already. And he's like, I know, I really want to, but I won't. And he won't let me die for some reason. And 3 friends come visiting. Oh, and that's when he tells his wife, no, I'm not going to curse him because the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. 3 friends come to visit him. And like, Job, what the fuck happened?
You look like crap. Your kids are dead. Your farm is dead.
The Lord has ruined my life, taken away everything of value, and put these disgusting, painful boils all over me. I don't understand why. And the three friends are like, well, humans sin and God punishes them. You must have done something. So I didn't do shit, man. I swear I didn't do anything. I don't know why he's doing this. And the friend's like, well, you need to get to the bottom of it because clearly this is your fault. You must have done something.
You messed something up.
And they bounce. And then finally, Job is like, you know what? This is some shit, man. Lord, you owe me an explanation at minimum. Come on, I've done everything you ever asked of me.
Yeah.
The least you could do is come down here and tell me
what the hell happened. What I do.
God says, all right, you want to talk? Let's fucking talk. And so God appears as a tornado. There's a tornado.
Go ahead, talk to me, bitch.
He's like, okay, I was expecting like a burning bush or something, but this works too. Lord, did I do something wrong? Are you pissed at me for some reason? I mean, you're ruining me here. Why would you do this to me? Why would you torture me for months like this? And what does God say?
He says, I was just trying to win a bet, and I got $10 out of the deal. So
no, that's not what God says.
All right.
God says, how the fuck you dare question me? Who put this shit together? Me. That's who.
Hey, fuck you, man! Who put this thing together? Me! That's who!
Look at the world around. Look at the oceans and the animals and plants. Little seeds grow up from plants, and you can't understand any of it, can you? So who are you to question how I do things? You fucking little fuck. And then he creates two monsters. He makes two monsters appear. You'll know the monster. It's Behemoth and Leviathan.
Oh, no.
That's where those came from.
Okay.
Behemoth is this giant lumbering monster with muscles everywhere.
All right.
And Leviathan is some kind of sea serpent with scales as strong as iron. And God, you see these two guys? Look at that. I made these two monsters just like that. Boy, if they were mad, they could eat you in a second, couldn't they? Couldn't they? And Job's like, you know what, God? I'm sorry. I'm such an asshole. Forget I can't believe I criticized you. What am I thinking? You're the best. You are the greatest Lord, all power. You are all powerful, all wonderful. I'm a piece of shit, and I never should have said anything, and I'm just stupid. Stupid. And God says, it's okay. I forgive you as long as you're willing to admit that now. And then he gives him everything back times 2.
Oh, he gets 20 kids now, so...
The end. Oh, not the end. Hey, where are those 3 fucking assholes that came visiting you that were putting bad ideas in your head?
Oh, no.
Hey, you motherfuckers. You owe me. You better give me some kind of animal sacrifice. So they take some birds and they throw some live birds in a fire and burn them alive. Because the scent of roasting flesh is pleasing to the Lord. Not making any of this.
It actually says that.
The scent of burning flesh is pleasing to... Everybody loves barbecue. I get it.
That's fair.
Okay. Now, it's important to get into the nitty-gritty. Because, why is Job punished? Not for being good, or not for being bad.
No. He's punished.
He's punished for being good.
Yes.
And this is...
Oh, there's the scene where he shows up as a tornado. He's like, what the hell, bitch?
He's got boils all over his face.
Yeah.
This is a departure from other Old Testament books, which focus on being pious and deferential to God.
Right, because normally the ones that are being punished are the ones that are having orgies and doing a lot of drugs and stuff, and then they get punished.
This is different. Job, in this book, he asserts that, why are you treating me so harshly? You're obsessed with anger and punishment, and you're hostile and destructive. This is the first time that God is referred to in these terms. So it's a bit of a break.
But, of course, then he responds with, up yours, Job.
Why are you letting the wicked get away with anything, with everything, and innocent people get hurt? What the fuck, God? And the answer just comes back, because you don't understand how I do things, so shut the fuck up and do what you're told. It's just abject submission to authority. Do what you're told and don't ask why.
Wow.
Because if you do ask why, you know where it leads.
You saw me just create my 2 bouncers, right? Yeah.
I mean,
they're gonna
imagine,
get pissed and eat you.
Imagine that it played out in an honest way. Here's the tornado. All right, what do you want? Lord, how come you're punishing me like this? Oh,
Funny story.
Me and one of my boys had this bet. That if I was an asshole to you, you would tell me to fuck off, and so we killed your wife and children and took away everything.
And then Satan would like show up from behind him going, that was me. You know what? That's totally on me. I don't like to lose bets. I may have taken this a little too far.
What a horrible, terrible story. Like, does it make any more sense now that we do understand why the tides go in and out? Is it any different now? Are we still not supposed to question anything? Just do what we're told?
Depends on who you ask, I guess.
I mean, what a terrible fucking lesson to teach anyone. Don't question anything. Just do what you're told.
This goes along the lines of certain religions absolutely refusing to acknowledge science in the slightest, because science can answer certain questions. And you don't want those questions answered.
No, I guess you don't.
So it's better to just accept it. I don't know, man. That is a wild story. I gotta ask this too. Is this one of those stories that supposedly actually happened? Like, or is this supposed to be one of those like legends, or, you know, this is a fable to teach a lesson type deal?
Sure. In the United States, there are about 9,000, so close to 10,000, just under 10,000 individual denominations just of Christianity.
Right.
Almost 10,000 in the United States of Christianity.
That's so crazy.
Every one of them will give you a different answer.
Really?
No. The Bible is the literal, per the letter of the Bible, is exactly how it happened. The world was created in 7 days, 24 hours, exactly like the Bible says in the order that it said, to the letter. It all happened, global flood, it's truth.
Right.
And then there are others that are saying, these are parables, these are allegories meant to teach you something. And then you have people that are like, I don't know, don't talk about the stupid stuff, because it's uncomfortable to talk about the stupid stuff, so just skip. You'll get 1,000 answers from 1,000 people.
Is Christianity the only one that has so many different sects like that? Like, I don't...
No.
I mean, I imagine others do too, right? Like, you know, Buddhism, there's probably a couple thousand different variations of that.
Well, I mean, I'm only familiar with Judaism and Christianity. I know a little bit of Islam. They have a few different... It's different in Islam. You're not really allowed to veer too far off. Because, you know...
Right,
So
right.
you got the Sunnis and the Shiites, and those really aren't about theology. They're about politics. The Sunni and Shiite split was over who gets to be in charge. After Muhammad died, Muhammad's dead, who's the boss now? Well, I was his number 2. I was his vice president, so I should be in charge. Well, no, he was my dad. I'm his kid. It should be hereditary. And they split, Shiite and Sunni. So you have that fight. And then you have, like, Sufis and a couple different, like, weird variations. But the theology is all the same.
Right.
There's not a Muslim who's devout in the world who will tell you, oh, no, God never, or Muhammad never really split the moon apart. That's just a story. They will all tell you, oh, no, it's absolutely what it says in the Quran is true. The moon split apart. Absolutely, Muhammad got on a horse and flew in a pillar of fire into heaven. Absolutely true.
Huh.
You don't get the variation like you do in Christianity. If it's an allegorical story, that doesn't play in Islam.
Interesting. That's pretty wild. I don't know. I find this really fascinating. And
even in Judaism, you have your ultra-Orthodox Jews that wear the silly costumes and the hats and the beards.
Right.
You have your Reformed Jews who are your modern... You go to the Temple Beth El, and that's the folks you see. On Monday, they go to work, and they live their lives, and they go to Burger King. And Yeah, we're
whatever.
Jews. Shut the fuck up. And you have your secular Jews who are... Yeah, they're Jews culturally, but... You know,
They're still
believe this shit, do you? Come on. Be stupid.
Met them.
Those are my favorites. I like the secular Jews.
Was the guy that you knew who wouldn't eat pork, right? And then all of a sudden one day he ate a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich. It may have been an accident, and he was just like, "Oh, make more."
Gurbinder. Gurbinder was from Nepal. And he was, no meat. And then one day I'm like, just have a BLT. No, cannot. Gorby, just one time. Have a BLT. You'll be forgiven. How do you know if you've never experimented? Okay, one time.
You broke him. You broke him.
Every day after that, at lunchtime, Gorby's eating a BLT.
You destroyed his belief in God with a BLT.
Hey, man.
Fantastic. I love that.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Out of everything that we do, and we do a lot of weird shit, these stories might be my favorite thing.
I love this
because
shit.
I love this shit. But you got to let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Is this a real story? Is this a story you've ever heard before? This is my first time hearing this one.
What you typically learn in Sunday school is the abridged version. Lot was a man. Satan and God make a wager. Can we make him curse you? And all these bad things happen to him. And Job's faith was so strong that never once did he falter. And that's the power of belief. And that's all you learn in Sunday school. You don't get deep into why is God an asshole? Why does this all-knowing, all-powerful God treat his creations like this?
Right.
I mean, it brings... Do you have somebody you're a parent. Okay.
Right.
If you're not a parent, you have somebody in your life that you love unconditionally. A child, a caregiver, a grandparent, somebody that you hold close. What would that person have to do for you to condemn them to being burned eternally? What would they have to do for you to say, yeah, you definitely deserve that as punishment? It's fucking psychotic.
We had this conversation when we talked about season 1 of Has Been Hotel. Oh, yeah. We had that conversation about right, how do you define what is good, right? And then we had the whole conversation of, so if you burn for eternity, which is an incredibly long time.
God kills that baby.
Nice. But it was this conversation, all right, so if you burn for eternity, that's a lot of time to reflect on what you've done. There is no I'm sorry?
No.
There is no going back? Nope, not at all.
No, it is infinite punishment for finite crime.
Right. So what happens if you flip that? What happens if I go to heaven and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in. First thing I'm going to do is stab that motherfucker in the face, and then I'm taking all the cocaine I can possibly fit. Well, now what?
Yeah,
do I get to stay?
That's an interesting point. I don't remember who it was that brought it up. On his deathbed, before putting a bullet through his head, Hitler confessed his sins and repent because he was a practicing Catholic.
Right.
Said, Lord, forgive me for what I've done. And he puts a bullet through it. So Hitler gets to go to heaven. But 6 million Jews that he butchered are roasting in hell because they haven't accepted Christ.
Yes.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there. Love to know your thoughts. You know where that comment section is. Also, don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe.
Come on the show if you'd like.
Come on the show if you'd like. Yeah, leave a message. Say that you would like to come on and defend your religion. Or at least, a piece of it. Or a story from it.
Actually,
by all means.
I think our first guest, I think, if she can do it, is she's a rabbi up nearby. But she's a secular rabbi.
Oh,
so
nice.
She's a rabbi. She practices at some
yeah.
temple somewhere, but they don't do the supernatural shit. So it's like cultural community...
All right.
For them.
I can appreciate that.
But I really want to ask her about ancient Judaism when it was still polytheistic. Because that shit is...
That would be a fun story.
Fascinating
I would love to know.
Fascinating to me.
All right. Well, we'll see you in another episode. Later.
Look at God. You motherfuckers! Oh, shit!